The Dubuque Area Arts Collective presents Ruix Podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Ruix Podcast. This is Jon Eagle, and we're at episode number 11 now. Now, I know I did say a couple of episodes ago that we would maybe eventually stop referring to the show, to the episodes by their number, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do that. It's exciting for me to be able to keep doing them, and each number, represents a new episode, obviously. So, and now that we're through the first 10 episodes, we're into double digits, and something's different now. The show is growing and changing, and I'm thankful for that, and I'm thankful to be able to sit down with a group of people who are, so far largely have been, friends and acquaintances, but, just to sit down and, talk to them and, get to know them on a more intimate level than maybe I would have otherwise. It's just a beautiful thing. And I'm very excited at the prospect of being able to continue doing that with our, future guests such as Miles Nielsen, who's coming up soon. Toward the end of the month or maybe into next month. I'm not entirely sure when that'll air. Miles Nielsen, musician from Rockford, Illinois. He's got a fairly famous dad, Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick. No big deal. But I'm excited to talk to him too. He's a major talent, and he's been here to Dubuque to play live numerous times. And he's a really nice guy, and I love talking to him. And Corey Ruffin, who heads up Super Happy Fun Time Burlesque show out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. He's a guy I haven't actually met yet. So, I've seen the show a few times and perhaps shared a shot with him and a few of the girls in the show, but I haven't actually sat down and talked to him before. So I'm excited at that too. And then Bob Bucko Jr., who's on the show today. And, what can you say about Bob Bucko? The guy's a workhorse, man. He's one of the most sought-after musicians in this town. He's worked with just about everybody and is willing to work with just about anybody. Barring cover bands and, hack musicians and stuff like that. But, I meant no disrespect by saying he's willing to work with anybody. I'm just saying he's willing to work with anybody who's talent he respects, and I'm one of those people that has gotten to work with him in the past, and I'm thankful for that. But he's also a dear friend of mine, and I love talking to him anyway. We used to live together. We've had countless discussions about music and politics and art and culture and things like that, and I'm just I'm excited to have him on the show today. He's also on the DAAC board, so he'll be the first person that's actually behind the scenes here on the show that is actually going to get in front of a mic and talk to me. So he holds that distinction as well. Before we get into the interview, though, I do want to talk about a few of the events that we have coming up here at DAAC and Ruix. First of all, we got Music Series 9 coming up. That's all set to go, and that's going to feature Bob and Kurt Oren and Dana T out of Iowa City. Those guys have shared the stage quite a few times before. They're frequent collaborators, and it's a really fun show. Those guys are really comfortable with each other, and always love seeing all three of them. And then on November 28th, the Dark Slide Skateboard Show is upstairs at the DAAC Gallery. Now, that's an art show consisting of all the contributing artists basically designing their own skateboard deck and hanging them, and that'll be the installation. And then it'll feature live music also from The Micro Mantis out of Denver, Garbageman from Milwaukee, and Telekinetic Yeti and Snuff Queen, both from Dubuque. So that should be a good time too. And as always, donations suggested at the door. And this event will actually run 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., a little bit different than what we normally do. And then later on in December, we also have DAAC is sponsoring an art sale, and that'll happen December 11th and December 12th. I did want to talk a little bit about an upcoming endeavor that we here at DAAC will be taking on. In collaboration with In Harmony, that's a cable access television show run by a friend of DAAC, Dean Wellman. We're going to be shooting live footage from local and regional bands down here at the Ruix space. and airing them on this show in harmony. And then we'll also, shoot some interview footage and things like that. Now, these events are going to be closed to the public. So they're not going to be like regular music series shows. Basically, we want to capture the intimacy of this space and put it on, project it on film somehow with the bands, that we've selected to do these. And that's going to start happening in November and December. So look for those as well. There will be YouTube links available. Plus, it'll be aired on MC22 for those of you that are actually in town that have cable still. So, more stuff to look for in the future. Like I said, Bob Bucko Jr. is going to be on the show today, and I'm excited to talk to him. Not only because he's, a very close friend of mine, but also I know that he's going to bring beer because it's his turn, and I'm pretty sure he owes me. No, I'm just kidding. But we're gonna. I know, like, our conversations always go to really interesting places. So I'm hoping that this will be no exception. So let's check in with Bob and see how he's doing. I think it's going.
Okay, well, what's Waterhead's name?
Jake. You wanted to incriminate somebody else?
I really didn't know his name.
Oh, Jake.
Hi, Jake. You're a waterhead. All right. Should we do a podcast?
Yeah, buddy. I don't even know where to start with you. Jesus Christ. I mean, we've been talking about you on the show. Every episode you come up with the guests. Everyone knows you. You're a jack of all trades. You're a jerk of all friends.
All types.
Bob Bucko Jr. is here with me. How are you, pal?
I'm fantastic, John.
Yeah. Bob and I go way back. We've played in a lot of bands together. Let's talk about that. Let's start there.
All right.
I think the first one was probably Mail Bomb.
Oh, shit.
With Jeremy B.
M-A-L-E
Because I know
B-O-M-B.
I mean, fuck you. Like, I know that we knew each other sort of in high school, but not really.
Yeah, we were like, a year apart, different schools.
Right, something like that.
There's ishness.
There's ishness, yeah. We played shows together, I know. Like, Nat Love would do shows with Beneath and...
Oh, fuck. Love and Beneath.
Well, yeah,
those are some bands.
That's how far back we
all
go,
start
right?
somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think we started really hanging out until we both lived in Iowa City in like the early 2000s.
That's right. It was like 2001 or 2.
Yeah, something like that. Mm-hmm.
Oh, probably 2. Oh, yeah, it was before I moved to Portland, so
right.
It would have been 2002.
Yep. Okay. So, and then were you living? Because that Jeremy refers to that house as the auto crash house quite a bit.
Yeah, Bowery Street. Yeah, Bowery House. It went through several generations of being passed down between people in shitty punk bands. I drove by it last week, and now there's an Iowa Hawkeye flag in the window, and they repained it. So it's probably not in the family line anymore.
Yeah, we were there. We were at the there's a Korean barbecue right behind it, or whatever. And Jeremy was pointing it out too. Like we were with Drew and.
This is recently.
Yeah, it was like August.
Shit.
And he's like, yeah, look at that place now. I actually can't even picture the place anymore, but I remember that's when you and I first played together.
We practiced in the basement.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the basement with the ceiling so low I could touch the ceiling.
And that was me, you, Jeremy,
was a short
and
band.
Jim
Meyer. Yeah.
Okay. But it was kind of a cool little band, and it had a little bit of potential if we would have I don't know,
played together ever.
Exactly.
Yeah. We had all the right ideas and all the wrong everything else.
All the right moves, all the wrong notes.
Right. We played one show, I think.
Yeah, one show at Gabe's on my birthday, I remember.
For which there were many flyers made, many variants.
Yeah.
There was the Michael Jackson Nambla flyer was
I still have one.
Particular favorite.
Yep. And then Phil Mall made one. He was into making flyers at the time, too.
Oh, yeah, Phil.
But before I moved to Iowa City, I wasn't playing drums at all. Like, it was like Beneath, and then I took like fucking 6 years off. And then, like, I was glad
So I'm what got you back into music, right?
Yeah, kind of, in a way, in a matter of speaking.
It was Jeremy. He was always the one that was inventing bands and then setting shows up for him.
Yeah.
And then you had to start the band.
And then,
so
yeah,
you could play
exactly.
the show.
Okay, so we have a show in a week.
Yeah. Very literally. It was like a month or less sometimes. Oh, we need a band.
Yeah.
Who was in Chubby Cox? Were you in Chubby Cox?
No.
CHUBBICOX?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, the flyer said we were a Smith's cover band. Stefani was in it. Chris Stefani.
Okay.
Nate Lewis played drums.
Okay, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, that was a Mailbomb similar band.
Okay, so that must have been before.
Must have been.
Yeah. So I remember playing with Jeremy. Jeremy, when I first met Jeremy, he was in Flux Capacitor.
Oh, yeah.
And then he would book, I want to say like the American or the Amnesty shows at the at
Nativity School.
Yeah.
We stole a lot of furniture from there one year.
What
We
do you-
lived
who's
out on
we?
that farm. Other people.
Oh, you know what? I think the statute of limitations is up. You can probably.
I think the church doesn't exist anymore, right?
That's true. Yeah. But okay,
Sorry,
so,
God.
And you were always just like, fucking sought after musician, I guess, like even back then. Like you played with Cosley and Steve Cray was in that band too, right? Who
Right.
else was in That Love?
Beth's brother, John Roberts.
Oh,
His eyes roll.
oh boy, John. John is family now.
Oh, wow. Now my eyes just rolled. Takes
Okay.
all types.
So, yeah, moving forward, a couple years, I guess. You moved back from Portland,
Right.
and then we almost immediately started up Old Panther.
Yeah, 2006.
Yeah,
So
that sounds about right.
Correct me here, but I think you were telling me, because I forgot the first time, like it was all predicated on starting a cover band, right?
Oh yeah,
Wasn't that what the original conversation was? Like doing Me Puppets covers or something?
Yep, I was coming out of Grain Belt, and shit, I don't know. Hanson played. This was before even John was like on keys, right?
Yeah,
So it
that's
was
right.
just
It was
four-piece.
four-piece at first. Because there's the show where we all tried singing at the same time, quote unquote, harmonizing.
Oh my god!
That John would
forgot.
make fun of us because he wasn't in the band yet.
Yeah.
And then he joined right after that,
Right.
ostensibly to correct such problems from ever happening again.
I forgot about that harmony song.
Oof.
That was a good song from what I remember. I can't remember how it goes, but anyway.
That's why you think.
But yeah,
it's good.
like I think just it was born out of sitting up late, like smoking cigarettes and not you, but and drinking beers and writing down song ideas that we wanted to cover.
Yep.
Like, oh yeah, and we'll just fucking learn these songs.
I mean,
and-
it was interesting. It was something different because it was kind of like a normal band, which I hadn't done.
Mhm.
Like I wasn't like I played in a couple bands when I was in Portland, but it was just kind of like joining bands and playing bass for people, like not giving a fuck about
yeah.
what was actually happening. So it was like being invested in something that was a band. Like I really hadn't played in a lot of bands in general other than Auto Crash, like that lasted for more than a week.
Right.
Yeah,
So
I
even
just
back
did
then, you were
solo
kind
stuff.
of doing solo stuff mostly.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, not doing live stuff at all.
Okay.
Like always
4-track stuff.
always recording, but never bothering. I just always, I never really thought, I never thought of it like in terms of there being an audience,
Okay.
like fast forwarding, but like my first record that came out,
Mhm.
The guy who runs Capture Records, Ben Funky, who you know is a native Dubuquer.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was maybe like the 8th person to hear those songs
Okay.
ever before they put it out as a record, because like I just always thought it was just like stupid shit I did when I was really fucked up, which it is.
Yeah, totally.
But
Well, that makes a lot of sense because even when
So
you
being
are
in a
on
band was
stage
weird.
doing your solo stuff, it's almost like there's not a crowd there.
Well, there usually isn't.
Well, okay. That's not what I mean. But
Okay,
like
I
even
get
when
what
there
you're
is a big
saying.
crowd, like you're kind of invested in not so much playing for people, but playing
there's
for.
the band, yeah, because that's inner space, and like playing in a band is just more
But I'm talking your
outward
solo
kind of
shows.
thing. That's what I mean.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Like solo, it's like I can just go as far in as I'm able to go, you know, because there's nothing to respond to other than like what's happening.
That's true.
You know, with the sound, you know, being in a band, you know, I got to know what you're doing. You got to know what I'm doing. It's all, you know, I don't know. It's an interesting thing. I think like, and jumping around, there's no chronology here.
Yeah.
You know, VC is a thing.
Right.
Where
Venereal Crush is what he's talking about.
Well, you know, like that's a thing where it's like a group interaction that's closer to how I feel when I play solo.
Okay.
You know, we're all aware of each other and we're talking to each other, but there's nothing that's disciplined about it. You know, it's
For
real,
sure, yeah.
it's real tight. It's call and response. It's reacting to situations. Whereas like playing in a rock band with rock songs is having to work together towards a singular goal.
But you seem to fit.
That was like the first time I really did it was with you guys.
Okay, that makes sense.
Well, with Auto Crash, but I don't remember. I mean, those were the days we played at Gabe's. Our set was like 25 minutes long. I'd take 2 pitchers on stage with me and drink both of them before the other set. So I mean, Gabe's is just we should talk about Gabe's.
And such
Jesus,
little
that was
has
a great
changed.
fucking time.
Well, I mean, but if you're in your element, you seem like you fit or like you're comfortable in both settings. Like,
Oh,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like you're playing in a rock or a pop band, like we've talked numerous times about like when we're not doing, when you're not doing a pop band, you want to do it.
Oh,
and then
yeah,
like
yeah.
vice versa.
You always
know what
want
I mean?
the opposite of what's happening. Yeah, you
Totally.
always want something you don't have.
Right.
And then when you get it, you get really fucking bored quick.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's everything in life.
Right, exactly.
But that's where it's nice to have those options and people to work with that have skill sets that cross all those
Yeah.
variables. You know,
You think? Yeah, I guess you kind of do surround yourself with people that kind of can cross those barriers. I don't know, like I wouldn't say that I do that, but I like playing with you, and I think I speak for most people that have played with you, that you know, that want to say the same thing. You know,
I guess. I don't know. I'd imagine I'm a hard person to get along with music, though. Sometimes, I mean,
Well,
think about
sometimes.
Old Panther, man. That was a weird thing.
well,
I was a little obnoxious through a lot of it.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of butting heads with you and Aaron anyway.
Right.
But you know, like other things were involved. You know, obviously,
sure,
you know,
sure.
like
Well, you're always
we were
gonna-
all alcoholics. Let's face facts. You know, like
No, I mean, there's
all of us
yeah,
are
you're always gonna-
cantankerous in some way.
Oh yeah, no, and that's all fine, man. Yeah, there's nothing. It's
But I know what you're saying. Like,
disagreement can be healthy. I think what we did with it was kind of took this, you know, this kind of idealistic interpretation of how the Replacements existed,
Yeah.
and tried to live it.
yeah, even
And
some of
that'll
the same
fuck things
venues.
up real fast. Yeah, except to 1,000 less people or something.
Their shit.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I mean, that's stuff you learn over time, man. You learn, you know, how to work with people, how to interact, how to do stuff creatively, how to get your point across without being a total dick about it, how to accept other people's criticism for what it's worth, and that's all. You know, that doesn't happen right away. And even though like we were already in our mid or late 20s when we did that band, like I was still really green to all that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was just starting to learn, you know. So
because it was really your only your second like band setting
yeah, in a lot of ways.
in a lot of ways. Yeah.
Well, and also like, and that's another thing with Old Panther. You know, I never took responsibility in anything. At least with Old Panther, I took a lot of responsibility with songwriting.
Yeah.
But it was still, you know, you guys wouldn't even let me drive the van.
Well, come on.
With good
You're
reason.
fucking
No.
like pretty much narcoleptic.
Oh,
like,
with good reason.
that
No,
was
I'm
dangerous
not.
shit to have you be on the wheel.
In no way am I arguing a point.
Okay.
Other than just illustrating. Well, yeah, because for me, it's how easily I can. If people are going to let me get away with shit, I'll get away with shit, and that's what I did in that band. You
Yeah.
know? So that's what happened with that band. But you know, like I told you the other week, I was.
Like not loading gear, you mean? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think it was that first tour with Jen Glockner was where it was like, yeah, you got to carry all your shit, asshole. And you know, I learned from that. That's
Right.
good.
Well, I think one of the first things that I realized were like I thought you like I was like, fuck, I don't know about this. Playing in a band with you, like where I thought you were being a dick and you totally weren't. Whereas like we're working on a song together. I don't remember which one it was. It was when we were in the warehouse, and I was saying like you were teaching me this part, and I came up with something for it, and I'm like, okay, so how many times do we do that? And you looked at me and you're like, I don't think of songs in terms of that, or something like that. And I'm like, fucking, you know what I mean, though. I'm like, you weren't being a dick, but like, and you genuinely don't think of songs like that. Like, do this however many times or whatever.
John, I'm an ethereal being, and I'm not limited by the constructs you surround your drum repetitions with.
Right.
See, I am a dick.
Yes,
you're right. I was totally pulling rank.
Right. Well, were you? Okay, so it didn't seem like you were.
I seriously doubt I was. You
I don't
are
think so.
one of the people I trust, for sure. I mean, I hate giving you compliments because you appreciate them, but
wow. Okay.
no, man, you're fucking good. I wouldn't have taken you for granted at all in that shit.
Right, and I know that now, but at the time, like, I was like, okay, well,
yeah.
Like, now I feel stupid for having to count it in my head, and like, like I don't, whatever, it's whatever. I don't even know why I brought that up, but I'm just saying.
This is great. We're having like a psychotherapy session here in real time.
Well, yeah, but it's coming off of what you said about like where I know, like I can probably be difficult or whatever. I've never found you difficult, really, except for that one time, and then I realized, you're just. I mean, it's difficult to get you to do shit that, like I said, fucking carry your own gear once in a while, but.
Yeah, that said, those are some.
Take a pull off that.
Oh, shit. Yeah, those are some pretty heady years, though, too, man.
No, I know.
That was a weird cross-section of time.
And yeah, and if you want to talk about that.
Go, yeah, hit me.
Mean, I know, like, while on the one hand, you were going through a lot of drug shit.
Yeah.
You were also, like, writing some of the best shit, like. So it was hard for me to like, but I also like recognized it because my brother has the similar problems, and when I, like you're one of my fucking best friends, so it definitely affected me at the time. But like, I guess like you kept it hidden from people that like don't know how to recognize it a lot. Pretty effectively, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, if you're not. It's like if you're not hip to that kind of thing, I guess you don't assume it. So someone really has to telegraph it,
mm-hmm.
and I probably got a pass because I was still, like what was I needed for to be able to write songs and play guitar solos, and I was fucking doing those two things.
You're definitely doing those things.
A pass,
yeah.
Until the whole house of cards comes down. But yeah,
sure. But I mean, like, yeah, I intentionally stayed away from those things because quite frankly it frightens me.
Okay.
So yeah, I didn't really pick up on it
right
as often as maybe I should have, but neither here nor there. I was just that was part of going through that band with you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, there's a lot of growing up for all of us.
Fuck yeah, absolutely.
Because it was probably banned for like 4 years,
something like that. I think we were even playing shows still in like every once in a while, like in 2012 or 2011. Maybe I know we did a show next door at Off Minor.
Yeah, it got to the point where I started calling them the quarterly reports. We'd play once every 3 months or so.
Yep.
Yeah, like basically when there was like some show that Dave wanted us to open up for or something.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the band again. It's that's the thing that happens with bands.
Same with Grainbelt. Like, oh yeah.
Well, it's a thing. It's kind of like like when you're dating someone and you kind of break up, but then you fuck again every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what that's like with a band sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is, and then you feel the same sense of shame when you're done with the set. But in the other circumstances.
It's like push. It's from the Seinfeld quote. Again. It's like pushing a vending machine over. You can't just shove it over. You have to give it a few tries. Anyway,
so the vending machine finally landed on Old Panther in late 2010 or 11 or whatever.
Exactly. And there was no coming back from it. And I mean, let's face it, nobody was really into being in that band anymore anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not the least of which John, who at practice was always watching baseball games.
Cubs games.
Holy fuck. Like,
well,
talk about a guy that just did not want to be playing music with these guys, like these group of guys, whatever.
that highlights the whole thing. Passive aggressive.
Yeah.
No one would fucking say what they were thinking.
You goddamn right about that.
It was all, myself included. I would just tune out. I'd be like, okay, you guys don't know how to. And I was, that's the thing. I didn't really know how to work with other people on their terms. So it was like, okay, I wrote a song, play it through once.
Yeah.
Okay, play it with me. Oh, you can't? Okay.
Well, we're still
Back to
learning
not
it,
paying
motherfucker.
attention. Yeah, no,
I know.
man. There was a lot, the dynamics, I wasn't any better than anybody else for sure, man.
That's debatable, but
okay. Let's talk about David Hansen. He's the Rock.
Man, that's
that name.
He's got my vote for the Rock
every
too,
podcast.
Yeah, David Hansen definitely has my vote for the Rock, especially in that band too. He's a solid bass player, and he basically didn't give a fuck about anybody else's drama.
Dude, you played in bands with Dave. You did Beneath with Dave. You did Legal Fingers with Dave.
Yeah, Old Panther, Grain Belt at first.
Oh, that's right. I think I actually might have recorded one of those. I was living in Dubuque for a couple months, and David, right before he left for school up in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the first bass player. And then Andy Benson took over.
He's solid as shit, man.
Fuck yeah. I love playing with Dave.
And he'll let himself believe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I hope that we can play together again one day.
You should.
We'll see what happens. But
yeah, you guys were always a good rhythm section. Real solid.
Thank you.
Well, that's going back to playing with you. That's why I want to play bass with you. I want to have that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've played in a few different permutations.
That's true.
It's always been me doing guitar and stuff. And I, in my head, I always pretend I'm a bass player more than anything. So
okay, so that's what I was going to ask you next. Because we did start up that Carpish kind of two-piece thing for a little bit.
It's been hard to maintain any kind of regularity.
Well, sure,
with all the stuff we got going on, and then going on tour. And all
absolutely,
But that's an idea I have in my head for sure. That you seem to have the same idea going. So that's something I want to do. And but then at the same time, like the thing we're talking about doing now as well, like going back to full circle and all this, talking about being in bands and doing like a band that's more like rock songs and stuff.
Yeah,
and but wanting to play bass and sing at the same time, which is really fucking hard.
So what is it about the bass? Because you're such a fucking awesome and tasteful guitarist. Like, what is it about the bass that like keeps drawing you back to that?
I don't know. I mean, it could be like, it sounds so fucking hokey, but it might be as simple as when I was 14. So I got I got a guitar, like an Applause brand Strat copy.
Is that like a
with a PV Rage amp?
Okay.
Matt will know what I'm talking about with the PV Rage. Drew and Rick will know. Horrible piece of shit, little 8-inch, 10-inch speaker amp. Anyway, so basically my parents buying me the cheapest fucking things that Kevin at Ike's would sell them.
Okay.
Thinking, this kid ain't gonna fucking follow through. Stuck with it. But my aunt, her husband died when I was like 9 or something. Elliot's dad.
Okay.
Died of cancer very young. And he was a bass player. He met my aunt. She was a singer. They were in a disco band together. Pretty cool.
Oh, no shit.
I videoed the bitch singing Funky Town.
The bitch.
Elliot, no offense to your mom. But she gave me his bass, which not only was his bass, which was, of incredible emotional import, but was also a 1971 Fender P bass, real motherfucker of an instrument.
Okay.
Because like playing guitars is like getting a car. Your first car is always a piece of shit, right?
Yeah.
So you have to learn on the worst thing. Your first guitar is always awful.
Yeah.
Well, the first bass I had was perfect, and I felt like, in my head being like 14 years old, like, oh, I'm bringing this back. Like this is Lee's thing, man. And I get to.
For sure.
And then when Elliot started playing in punk bands, I gave it back to him.
Okay.
And gave him his dad's bass.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah,
cool.
that felt good.
Yeah, that's great.
It's a really cool fucking thing, man.
Mm-hmm. Keep it in the family.
So in a way, maybe it's something just as simple or stupid as that, but also, I don't know, man. It's just a sound I like.
Yeah.
And I like good drummers, man. Like if I could be anything, I'd either be a free jazz sax player or like a decent drummer or something. I don't know.
So two things that you're not. Well, you do play sax though.
Yeah, but I'm not a decent one.
You don't think so?
Fuck no.
You're a adequate one.
I'm an imitator.
Is that fair?
I'm an imitator.
Okay.
Not an originator.
So maybe you're okay because maybe this is why this just popped into my head.
Yeah.
You're such a huge Minutemen fan because you're like the sort of an amalgamation of both D. Boone and Mike Watt. I don't know.
I have D. Boone's body and Mike Watt's soul. There you go.
Maybe. But okay, so you do sax. You've never have you ever messed around with drums? I know you like sit behind my kit once in a while and just fuck around, but like
when I lived in Portland, I lived with a guy who had a kit,
mm-hmm.
and I used to play it like all day, every day.
Ever want to be a drummer, like in the band?
Not in a band, no, because I'm. Well, that's actually that Tearjerker album.
Yeah,
that was the first vinyl thing. One side of that, or like part of one side, that was all recorded in Portland. And I'm doing all the drums on that.
Oh, okay.
I
didn't realize that.
It's mostly like side one is all percussion, and then like a 12-minute solo vocal thing.
Okay.
How's that sound for pretentious? But it is. Yeah, so I got really good at playing them the way I wanted to play them. But the way I want to play them is like a heavy-handed Rashid Ali. That wouldn't work in a rock band so well.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you do like, well, okay, so I remember like a couple years ago when you fucked up your hand and you couldn't play any stringed instruments. What were you doing? You were like, I know you were like messing around with samples and stuff. Like
after
did you teach yourself anything else
after the accident? You mean, or
or when you were kind of recovering?
Yeah. That was just. God, I'm trying to remember how that all kind of started. Other than, like we were doing Glimmer Blanket at the time anyway.
Yes, that's true.
So, God,
we'll come back to.
Was I doing horn then in Glimmer Blanket or something like that?
Sometimes you were doing horn on that one song, the Leavings. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think what I was doing with the band before I busted my hand up, because afterwards it was definitely the keyboards and stuff. I don't know. I mean, that whole situation was really weird, man. So, like I split my hand open, severed all the tendons.
Yeah.
And I played guitar.
Wasted a bunch of vodka too, by the way.
An unopened bottle of vodka. No one believes that whole incident happened sober, but that's the classic Bobness of it.
Yeah.
Is I just slipped on some ice.
Yeah.
On a winter when there were 3 icy days.
Yeah, totally.
I blame Victor Cairo because that bottle of vodka was intended for him. But
Cairo.
Yeah. Guest number 1 on the Ruix podcast, Victor Cairo.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to it. But yeah, no, that was a really weird situation because, where I was at in general at that time was not a good place. And then being like crippled when I've played guitar every day since I was 14.
Yeah, I remember that made you pretty miserable for a while.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was a real weird thing, man. Yeah, I mean, I remember sitting in my room and what was it? Oh, Green Mind came on, Dinosaur Jr. song, right?
Totally, yep.
And and I heard the guitar solo because I ripped a lot off from like Jay Mascis and people like that when I was like doing guitar stuff and plays, like Old Panther and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And and hearing that solo and like I actually cried. Like I was so just beat down because I'm like, I'll never do like that Wheelie Wee dog shit again. Now I call it Wheelie Wee dog shit because I found a whole other thing to do. It's like, cool, man. It's good. It's good.
So,
I mean, that's the good thing about it is once I recovered, I had to learn a whole new set of tricks.
Okay, so you still can't do Wheedly Wee because of that.
No, I can't play dad blues. And what better gift is there than not being able to play dad blues? So,
couldn't have said it better.
You got to make shit work for you.
Right.
Like things are fucked, but things are always fucked. That was just like a real extreme example.
Yeah.
But in between not being able to touch a guitar at all.
Yeah.
And Rick, he hooked me up with a MIDI controller, and Matt got me Ableton. My friends really came through, and
yeah, for sure.
You guys were all so supportive, man. I mean, that was
you were not like you were not inactive in that time, like that's for sure.
No. And, that was the beginning of like everything kind of changing and getting active.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's kind of the irony of it, and also, I don't know. I mean, that's why it's so heavy to think. Like, I haven't thought about that at all, and you're bringing it up, and I'm like, oh yeah, man, that was because that was like 3.5 years ago.
Well, yeah, because
But,
I thought quite the turning point for
exactly,
your career in general.
A turning point for my life, and in a good way. Because I mean, it really could have been like a curl up and die moment. Like that just could have been it.
Right, absolutely.
And it became like the beginning of everything making sense more, or just trying and actualizing shit. But yeah, coming out of that initially, so I was already kind of things I was always into, you talked with Alex and Pat about noise stuff a couple episodes ago, and
and they dropped your name.
I bet.
I mean that it came the fact that you do shows with them came out of that experience.
Right. And that's what's funny it's also funny because like my take on all that kind of music was coming more from like the Tape Beatles and Negative Land and from academic shit, 20th century
for sure.
classical, but that was all places I was coming from. So using these computer programs and MIDI synthesizers and stuff was like a real natural turn for me.
Yeah.
But started making it so all these expressions were way more avant-garde than where they had been, say, like with Old Panther.
Yeah, for sure.
Or something, and then, that kind of got me in on that crew. But I'd already been going in that direction anyway, doing shows in Randy Carr's basement and stuff.
Yeah.
It was like way more free music influence and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Like limitations kind of force things out of you. And so that kind of gave me like my sense of direction, was the, being limited by certain physical things made me really have to think about what and how to do things.
Yeah.
Like the best musicians, like someone like Frank Rosalie, watching him play.
Unbelievable.
Well, okay. So most of us, like if you're playing, you got to think two things. What do I want to do? And can I get away with doing it?
Yeah, totally.
Those motherfuckers just got to go, what do I want to do?
Yeah.
So they can move that much faster.
Do not give a shit about getting away with it.
Because they're going to get away with it. They're going to be able to do it, So that's and that's always something to aspire to. But, my take on it with the physical disability is that, okay, what do I want to do and reining it in?
Yeah.
Like it's a very methodical, slow burn instead. Because it's not like
Makes sense.
All fucking fancy.
Yeah.
It's more like, how do I get the idea I want to get across in a very minimalist way?
Right.
Because that was my thought listening to some old Panther stuff when I was on tour.
Right.
I was like, God, I fucking played a lot. Just so busy, like too busy.
I don't know about too busy, but
to my ears, to my ears
sure.
Now,
right?
It just sounded like ridiculous overplaying, like compensatory overplaying. But that's also again time. We were kids.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much mid-20s, early 20s, almost.
Yeah.
We still from time to time play together in the Glimmer Blinken, which is a band that basically, I guess I'm gonna go with my brother started it because it sort of went through a lot of.
It was fuck. Beth and I have been playing together
with Kittens of Rhythm.
Kittens of Rhythm, yeah. I bet that's Rick's favorite band name. I wish I could see his face right now. But
maybe.
Yeah, so me and Beth were doing that. Ben's wife now,
right?
Beth.
My sister-in-law.
Yeah, so she was playing violin, and I was playing guitar and singing, and they started dating. And Ben had a band where he was playing guitar with I think it was Aaron O'Shea and Andrew Finsel.
That's right,
Finney.
That was the Diversity Kids, right? Because
Diversity Kids,
Asian bass player, Amy something.
So was that the Diversity, or was it the Poo
that was
the Rob guy had?
It was probably both.
So this was post that.
Yeah.
And I forget what they were called, like Noimatic something, or I don't know. But
I forgot all about that.
So basically, it was like putting the two bands together,
right?
So that the Lovebirds could, hang out more.
The Loved Birds.
Whoa.
Okay.
New band.
And so when did you join that?
So I don't know. That all started. Maybe that was 2010 even.
Was it that early?
Oh, it was at least then. Because like one of our first shows was at that Masonic Temple thing.
Mm-hmm.
which Rick probably remembers real well.
I remember that too. Emotion something? Emotion lotion?
Wow.
Emotion connection.
Lotion up, buddy. There's a lot of stories for that night that are
like the fact that you're all fucking tripping? Yeah. Come on, you can say that here.
I wasn't tripping.
Well, yes. Well, I don't know if you were, but I fucking know for a fact that Finney was.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. So
we had to get like a disclaimer from him.
Yeah, he was promptly fired.
We went through the corporate superstructure.
I don't know
what his duties. No, that was an interesting night.
Yeah, I don't remember what happened to him, but I remember that Will took over for him on drums for a while.
Oh shit, I forgot about Will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that was right around the time you and Dave Morrison joined, right?
Oh yeah, Dave. Dave was in Dubuque for a couple of years. Was a guy. He played in that band, and me and him made a record that I kind of like.
Yeah, I played on it.
Oh yeah, you played drums on 2 songs.
On 2 songs, yep.
Yeah, that was some good shit, man. He had a real affected David Bowie, like super David Bowie singing style was his thing.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really good for those songs I was writing because I didn't know what to sing over any of them.
Yeah.
You know? I like when other people can fill in like the difficult parts, like melodies and lyrics. So,
yeah, definitely.
You know.
He's a talented guy too. He recorded the first Legal Fingers album.
Oh, that's right.
And
did the Kerosene Circuit EP.
Yep. Did that EP, played with Alma Sabrosa for a while.
You remember more about my bands than I do.
Well, I talked about that with Christina. That's why that's
right.
because I wouldn't have remembered that actually.
I think she forgot too in that interview, all the different bass players. Or no, she brought up all the bass players.
Yeah, she's the one that brought him up. Yeah, totally. Because I wouldn't have remembered Dave was in Alma Sabrosa, but
yeah.
Anyway,
Dave and Tim locked up real good. They were similar players.
Tim Knowles?
Tim Conley.
Oh, Tim Conley.
Yeah. Good guys, man. Both coming from
was there ever more than one bass player?
Worship. Not at the same time.
Oh, I didn't think so. And then Glimmer Blinken went through like the morph into like the super group.
Oh yeah,
the big band,
the double trio.
The Glimmer
Band. To call it to make it sound all official.
Yeah, which was me and my brother Rick on drums and Sean Healy from Venereal Crush fame. You, Ben and Beth.
I think you meant to
say
that Big Muddy fame.
Big Muddy and Snidely Whiplash is what I said last
Whiplash
week. Fame. Sean Healy from the Snidely Whiplash.
Right. So yeah. You, me, Rick, Sean, Ben,
that
Beth. That's 6.
Yeah. Oh, and Dave
wasn't around anymore.
Dave wasn't around anymore. Yeah, that's right.
That's why Sean came in
band.
and played baritone guitar.
That's right.
We made a record. It wasn't a bad record.
We did the wedding record?
The wedding album. That was a really good one.
Actually, yeah, it is great. I like it a lot. And recorded by Matt.
It was. Actually. It was. Actually, I think that was like my first experience working with Matt in any capacity.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I was playing in Kerosene Circuit with him, so we had recorded a few things, but that was the first thing that we recorded live.
Right, that was the first off minor space
right next
basement.
door.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised we even got through that. I think Beth fell asleep when we were recording the last song.
I don't remember
Literally,
that. Really.
We did a second version of Feelings. She was like head down, like with her hands against a cord or non-cord. It's pretty great. I should have been the one to sleep. I was still on all the painkillers from the surgery, and I bought like $100 worth of beer and brought it to the thing. So, yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. I think I earned the nap, but Beth took it. What are you gonna do?
Well, at least she wasn't watching the Cubs on her phone.
God, what would she watch on her phone if she had the chance? Probably like French
Bing Crosby movies.
Yeah, Bing Crosby movies or like French cartoons or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
stuffy like
something
that.
With Jimmy Stewart. I don't know. This YouTube interview with Jimmy Stewart from 19. Who cares?
40s on 4. Good job, Biff.
Yeah.
Anyway, wow, we're just going way deep on all this stuff.
Well, I mean, what else are we gonna talk about? We got a history together.
We got history and we got booze. Yeah,
and we got plenty of booze.
Let's work with that.
All right.
There you go. I'm not doing no fucking cheers shit. I'm handing you a fucking bottle.
All right. Well,
drink that.
Listen, you did say earlier today that you were going to cheers me and hug me, just like Christina did. So
right. That's because I was making fun of both you and Christina. Come on.
That's the Bob I love.
Yeah, we're in business. Okay, start.
All right. So moving on from Glimmer Blinken,
Yes.
which actually, that's still a band.
Oh yeah,
We're still technically a band.
In
It's
fact,
just me,
I believe November 13th we will be recording a super special secret session for
In Harmony.
Dean Wellman's. I was going to make something up. Thanks for saying the right
Sorry.
thing. I was going to say like in Musitude or something. I don't know. Fuck.
In absentia. But yeah, we're going to start doing every Sunday in November and a couple in December down here at Ruix. I'll talk about that.
You can do that on your intro outro.
Yeah,
friend.
I'll do that on my own time. Okay?
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
Bob's time right now.
Yeah,
okay,
don't
I'm being
waste
very
my
rude.
time.
I'm being very rude. But that is still a band, Glimmer Blinken,
It's true.
and
It's kind of
we're going to do that
you know,
one of those shows.
It's very religious.
Yeah.
It is, was, and always shall be the Glimmer Blanket.
That's right. That's right. It's the garage version right now.
As long as you have a younger brother with a very deep voice, there will be a Glimmer Blanket.
Yeah. That's true.
Shout out Ben Eagle. All right. R.I.P. buddy.
Besides that, and besides the project that we sort of semi-started, haven't finished, or still working on, whatever. I guess the last time I worked with you was the Split Pricks mini tour.
Oh yeah,
In February.
This winter, previous winter.
Which was a blast, by the way, and I appreciate you guys
we had fun.
inviting me to come along for that.
You play them songs good. Pat, if you're listening, you play them better than you. Pat, if you're not listening, John, fuck yourself. See, I got to cover all my bases on
Right.
asshole emotions here.
Yeah.
No, that was a blast, man.
Yeah, it was a
good
lot
to
of fun.
Play music with you again, and you pick those songs up immediately. I don't know. I always felt like that band, especially the way Matt did the mixing and stuff on it, was very much like a nod to '90s, like early '90s rock stuff.
For sure, absolutely, and even
Like I think
even without having you having covered Guided by Voices, I would have made the comparison.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I guess in a way, Werner and I very literally were kind of shooting for like Chavez and stuff.
Okay,
but I
could
think
see
like
that.
the recording and stuff, like by then, like Matt and I were really thinking like Bad Motorfinger.
Okay,
Like there was a lot like just that kind of early '90s like arena rock, just that kind of big sound. I don't know.
I definitely
like,
get that from the.
it felt
from the
really
EP.
it felt really cool, really good to be playing on something that had that kind of sound because it's so opposite of what I would like quote unquote be known for or whatever.
Yeah.
Like what people expect out of what I do. It's like, oh, well, yeah, here's some big guitars and fuck you, because I don't know, that's who I am too,
Fuck yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I've never understood like how people really compartmentalize themselves or like pigeonhole themselves into like a thing. I guess some people just naturally really have one thing they fucking care about or that they're really good at.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know, it's music. It's very generalized. Try a bunch of things.
Extremely,
See what happens.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know like your listening tastes are as broad as anyone I know.
Pretty across the board, yeah.
Yeah.
My iTunes usually pisses people off when we're forced to listen to it because
let's talk some more about your iTunes, John.
Yeah, let's not.
What?
Or my record collection, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Somehow that's better.
No. We can talk about my record collection if you want to.
If I want to or you want to.
The only thing that I will say is that like when I first met you and you walked in, the first thing that you came to for some reason was, oh, Halloween, that's funny.
Well, it is pretty fucking funny.
Well, fuck you. I like Halloween.
Here, okay, I'll give you this, man. Because there was kind of this weird kitschy revival of hair metal or something.
Halloween's not hair metal, but go on.
Just follow me. I was waiting for
follow.
you just to correct hair metal to be glam metal, which I know is your preferred nomenclature.
That's true.
Yes.
I do prefer glam metal, but go ahead.
Point being, like, in indie punk, whatever circles, metal kind of came back into fashion, but in this kind of winking way.
Yeah, I remember that.
And you have always, in a most sincere way, loved the things you love.
Yeah.
And that's kind of it's a sign of a decent person.
Thanks, buddy.
You know, that fucking kind of ironic winking bullshit, that kind of whole like, you know, this is kind of cool. I don't know, but distancing yourself, you know, you'll stick up for what you're into, even when it's Jack Roper, especially when it's Jack Roper.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now we're going to talk about. Okay.
Yeah. Now we're going to, now we're
Okay,
literally
we're not going to go
on.
into Three's Company for a while.
No.
Okay.
Mostly because I'm fighting every urge that I have to not correct you. It's Jack Tripper, though.
Who's Jack Roper?
Nobody. You're mixing Jack Tripper up with Mr. Roper, the landlord.
Wow.
Yeah.
They should have fucked.
Yeah.
Did I just
I was going to wait until you finished.
Did I create a new genre of fan fiction for you?
Kind of, yeah. I actually started writing a fan fiction a couple of years ago involving Jack Tripper and Hot Lips Houlihan from MASH, but that's I'm not going to get into that. That's for another podcast. Anyway,
that's his own podcast for sure.
So besides all the bands that we've played in, how many fucking bands are you in right now? Like I know you're in Arc Numbers.
Oh yeah,
Venereal Crush.
Right. Blinking when it happens.
Blinking when it happens, and I know you have, you know, a lot of like you have a bunch of different solo incarnations.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Sex Funeral is one of them.
Yeah,
I just wanted to say it out loud.
Yeah. Well, Sex Funeral harkens back to good old Jeremy Brashaw.
That's right.
With his habit of doing like poster bands, making flyers for shows that didn't exist, booking shows with bands that didn't exist yet.
Right.
Sex Funeral was kind of like the gauntlet. It was like, okay,
Yeah.
who's going to name a band Sex Funeral? So 10, 15 years later, I finally did.
I'm glad you did, because somebody needed to use that name.
Actually, Sex Funeral is going to go on tour in March.
Okay.
It's going to be cool because...
and it is just you, right?
No.
Oh, it's not.
No, it's myself and a drummer.
Who's the drummer?
Matt Crow from Des Moines.
Matt Crow.
And he hasn't toured as of yet, so this will be his first tour.
Oh.
He was the one that brought it up,
a
actually.
noob.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He's a great drummer.
Where would we know him from? Or where would I know him from?
Oh, no, he plays in Cancer Lake with Chuck from Fetal Pig.
Okay.
He's a great drummer. He's really, like his main things are like grindcore, Ennio Morricone, and marching bands.
Okay.
So just kind of put those ideas together, and then he actually kind of sounds like an amalgamation of that stuff.
Cool.
And then we just kind of make shit up and see what happens. So,
are you doing this mostly by mail, or
no?
You've actually jammed.
Yeah, we have one album out, and everything recorded on it was while I was on tour. Every time I stopped in Des Moines, we would record for a while.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And so that's like the whole recording is just different times on tour, stopping through.
Okay.
So yeah, and then we're gonna go out and do stuff a bit. So that's what's cool. It's like I just got off tour and I'm already booking again because VC is going to go out in January for a week, which is really, really fucking exciting.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I think we've played 3 shows total ever, but we've played hundreds and hundreds of times.
Yeah.
In this basement. So
and you have
it's neat to kind of
like
take that
9
out.
records out already or something like that.
Yeah, I think we just had the 5th was double disc.
Yeah.
Just came out.
Was the CD release was the last
Yes,
not the last
release.
one, but the Music Series 5 was.
Yeah. That would have been the 3rd time we've ever played in anything approximating public. It's just because I mean that it's funny that that's the thing that's stuck around. You know, like we've been doing that for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
Under the pretense that it's not a band.
I think that's maybe
that's why
part of the reason it works.
Yeah.
Because there's no expectations.
Everyone was active and more or less is now in all kinds of other things, right? And so this was just kind of like our stress release, you know, to get together and play.
It seems very much like that, which is awesome.
Yeah, no, it's you know, it's communication without having to do the bullshit of having to talk to people. You know, so it's really, you know, it totally does the job.
Yeah.
You know, so that's going out in January, Sex Funeral in March. And then that means April and May, I'll do the next solo tour. So it is kind of like this weird rhythm of, you play shows, then you book shows, you play shows, you book shows. You just kind of keep it running for a while.
Yeah.
And that ties into what we started talking about with the injury and getting into stuff after that.
Yeah,
I never did. I never booked shows. I never did. Like all the stuff that I do now, I only started doing within the last 3 years.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. So it
I was
forced you to make phone calls and emails.
Oh yeah,
and
I was
shit.
like 34, 35 years old before I started really doing anything on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Like booking the shows, putting out the releases, doing the record label, being on other people's record labels, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
All that bullshit was like pretty incidental.
Yeah.
Like random. I don't know how to phrase. Because there was no like design to do stuff. I guess what it is like we kind of hinted at with the old Panther years and everything else. Like I wasted a lot of time, man. I was really fucked up, whether drugs or in the head or whatever, all the different stuff. I lost a lot of time, man. So like the last 3 years have been just trying to make up for lost time.
Playing catch up, sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I've probably caught up now, but I'm still in that rhythm of, right now I'm talking to you, but like this part of my brain's thinking about going home and seeing what I'm going to get coaxed out of the Yamaha PSR 12 that I bought a couple weeks ago. Like I'm already thinking about what I'm going to record tonight, like that's just always on the back burner.
Right.
It's like something's going to happen because
I'm thinking about fucking what episode of Barney Miller's on tonight. Because it was yesterday. It was like to be continued. So like, oh yeah, I got it. Even though I've seen it 1,000. Anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. I was just gonna start singing the Barney Miller song for you,
which is something
it's a good one.
We still haven't done yet.
Oh, we said we'd do it, didn't we?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yeah.
At some point, we're gonna successfully get
that
to
and Night Court, and then we're good.
Night Court would be cool too.
Yeah. All right. What other TV theme songs do you know?
I always I think
God damn it, you're gonna answer.
I know that I've talked about this with you. I always had this like, I don't want to say dream, like, because that's pathetic, but I always wanted to do a whole set of just theme songs, TV theme songs, maybe for a Halloween show or something like that. I don't know. I haven't really thought it through that much, but
I doubt that.
I've been thinking about it nonstop, every day, all day for the past 8 years. No, but I think that would be really funny, and I don't know. I love TV theme songs. They're a genre unto themselves, I think. Did I say Shivi theme songs?
Something like that.
TV theme songs.
I thought you said I'm into CB. I don't know what you're talking about anymore.
CB4.
Wow. Fuck your sister, or fuck your cat. What fuck your mama, but the bitch is too fat.
Yeah. Now that is a great film.
Is that copyright infringement? Are we off this?
Yeah, well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever.
Okay, what else you got for me, champ?
What else? You, in addition to being a phenomenal musician, are also a phenomenal writer. Do you think that like kind of goes hand in hand? I'm talking mostly like, you write for a bunch of blogs, you write for Ruix, obviously, like you write recreationally in a way that I wish that I could, and I don't think you get enough credit for the fucking
who the fuck needs
the
credit?
nonfiction that you write. Like it's.
Well, no, I mean, I appreciate the compliment. I'm not going to really accept it.
Yeah, I guess I'm not saying that you need need credit, but like, is that something that like sort of like the love of writing sort of goes hand in hand with music, or
no,
completely separate?
Not at all. I mean, it like I don't look at it the way like the music's very natural.
Yeah,
for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just that's what I do. Writing, I have to think about, so that kind of pisses me off.
Okay, so
because I'm lazy. At the core
you're
of it,
good.
I'm lazy
You're very
as
good
fuck.
at it. Like and like.
Okay, no,
I
I appreciate that. I don't.
You're
think
also
I am,
like you're a good conversationalist. So I think that
well,
that
obviously,
sort
I mean,
of
listen to this podcast.
well, whatever.
People.
Like we're drinking, so forgive us. But
wait, if that's your out.
You genuinely are a good conversationalist. You're a good arguer. Like I think that goes hand in hand with your writing because
yeah. Like the writing is more cerebral. It's kind of why like I don't really write songs that often in a traditional sense right now.
Okay.
It's kind of a similar thing where I don't know, like really having to I don't even know what to really chalk it up to. I like making shit up.
Yeah.
And when you're writing for a publication, like you actually have to chart it out. You know, when I'm writing a song and I'm in a band, I have to chart it out. You know, if I'm just playing, then I shard it out. Hey,
shard it
joke. You like that?
Come
hey,
on.
Thanks. Oh, don't worry. No one's listening by this point. This has to be like an hour in. Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, I see them as two very different disciplines, for sure. Like two real different ways to come at creativity.
Okay.
But yeah, hopefully they're both creative at the end.
Well, yeah. I think I think that's definitely clear. Mostly what I'm speaking on is like, you know, when you write about music, like you write about music very passionately, but also very like constructively.
Yeah.
Do you write do you write fiction at all?
Fuck no.
No, okay.
No, I respect the hell out of anyone that pull that off.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I mean
I don't even read fiction anymore. Like I can't. I don't have.
Well, I mean, that's one thing I picked up
for
from knowing writers is it's kind of the inverse of how I make music.
Yeah.
You know, you put a whole ton of shit on paper, and then you spend all this time excising, whittling it down, getting it to the essence.
Yeah.
When I'm improvising, it's the opposite of that. You start from nothing and just put stuff out there.
Yeah.
And it's all in real time. So yeah, I don't think I have the discipline to be like a creative writer by any means.
Yeah.
That's a totally different trip.
It takes a certain type, and I don't know if I have it either.
Well, you know, it's the art. It takes sociopaths.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
Okay, so how's the you talked about the label earlier, just a little bit ago. You're talking about Personal Archives, right?
Oh yeah.
So how's that going? You still putting out stuff pretty regularly?
Yeah, it's definitely you know, I first started doing it again like in 2012. That was kind of part of having something to do while my hand was all messed up, and put out a ton of releases initially, just real scattershot style. I feel like where it's at now is I release less stuff, but hopefully there's more quality control in terms of how it sounds and looks, you know?
Yeah.
And I have some things like I'm really happy with everything that came out this year, but it's, you know, it's probably been like 6-7 things, which, you know, over 9 or 10 months is not lazy by any means.
No,
but
not at all.
To me seems like it's been a bit less. But there's some cool things on the way. New Mahler Hayes CD. He's a Belgian synth guy. He's just does great krautrock stuff.
Cool.
God, what else? I just talked to CJ Boyd the other day, doing a thing for him.
Oh, nice.
Of remixes.
Mm-hmm. I love that guy. Is he coming back anytime soon, or
I don't know.
You in touch with him?
I don't know. He's an interesting one to talk about. Like, I've talked a lot with him about touring.
Okay.
Because he lives on the road.
Yeah.
Because it's weird, like, and I think it's knowing people like CJ and Tola McDonough. I don't really think a lot about going out for 3 or 4 weeks. Like, it seems like, okay, well, that's like what people do.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll talk to people that have never been on tour that have gone out for 5 days and are like, whoa, that's a big deal. And it's like, no, like, there's people that live that way.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
I always feel like I'm not doing enough.
Yeah.
You know, so it's weird how that shit's always relative. Like you always think the next thing up is what you need to be or something. I don't know. But yeah. So yeah, doing shit with him. God, what else was I?
Like actually playing with him or just putting something out?
No, just putting something.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, there's a few things I can't think of all of them right now. But
what about that collab with Stu Dahlquist? Is that
is
that out or like I haven't heard anything from that?
No, he's he's going to be playing Roadburn this coming year.
I saw
he's
that,
working real hard with that guy for those tunes. We did a little recording when I was in Seattle on tour, and he's a hell of a fucking solid dude, man.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And hopefully we'll keep working on stuff. There's just no end game. You know, he's been real busy in his personal life, and
for sure.
You know, and still doing all the stuff. They did some shows, Dama Libra, which is how I met him. Did some shows with Joel Phelps up in Vancouver and stuff.
Fucking amazing band.
Yeah,
amazing record last year.
That's what's cool.
2 years ago? Last year.
Fuck, who knows?
2014, I think.
That's what's great about all this, like playing shows. You know, like everyone you meet, you know, on tour, or like in that case, I met those guys. They were here in Dubuque, but then I play in Seattle and 4/5 of the band is at the show.
Yeah, totally.
Like these people that I hung out with for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like those kind of connections that you make with people over time.
Mm-hmm.
And that in certain ways they're just little snapshots of time, but also like it becomes like, I don't know, like I just really value, not everyone gets the opportunity to do the shit I do, man.
No, that's true.
Like just out of necessity. Mm-hmm. I work part-time. I barely get by and I fuck myself over by doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
But I'm just barely able to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And, any sacrifice that goes in that boo fucking who, like that's a very intentional choice to make those sacrifices.
Yeah, for sure.
Because all the great things that happen, all the places I've seen, the people I've met, the old friends, I've seen people on tour that I haven't seen in 15 years.
Yeah. Totally.
And I would never go on vacation to like say Indianapolis.
Yeah.
I show up in Indianapolis and there's like 3 people there I haven't seen since college,
Yeah, that's
it's like,
great.
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Like all these things are just amazing, and it's all by proxy of this totally foolish thing of I play music. Mm-hmm. That's why I can't fucking stand when people have entitlement about that shit. Like, you deserve nothing.
Yeah.
I deserve nothing doing this. I put this together and I blindly fucking jump into it.
Right.
And anything that's good, I'm happy about. And anything that's bad, I hope I modify the next time.
Yeah. And the fact that you get to do it is your fucking payment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
I mean, that's the benefit.
Kind of.
Yeah. In a lot of ways, yeah. I mean, we don't live in, we're not in Europe, man, and we're not in the 18th century. There are no patrons of the arts.
Right.
My patron of the arts is Social Security, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, man. I mean, there's no one's footing your bill, man, and you shouldn't expect anyone to.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I mean, in a lot of ways, that's why I try not to play bars.
Yeah.
Because even playing a bar, I feel like there's kind of an implicit contract for me to sell drinks. My music doesn't sell drinks, John.
No, motherfucker, it does not. I'll agree with you there.
So, yeah, it's really one of the few meritocracies there is,
Yeah.
Like, if I did my job right, I'll sell enough records to drive to the next town.
Yeah.
Fucking cool.
Yeah.
And anyone who has grander designs than that probably has their head way the fuck up their ass. Mm-hmm. Or doesn't even realize that the internet exists. I don't know. One of the two.
Yeah.
Like either you were playing in the 80s and 90s or you're a kid and you're a fucking moron.
Well, yeah. And that kind of entitlement fucking transcends types of art too. Like, it's not just musicians. It's all artists.
Oh, for sure, man. It's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's leading who?
I have to piss so fucking bad.
All right, pee break. Oh, so some good peeing, huh, John?
Great peeing.
Yeah?
Yeah. Thanks for the assistance.
Yeah. I had to hold on for dear life. How about you?
Yeah.
All right.
Now, where were we? We were talking about...
You all know what we were talking about. Just start about something else.
We were talking about you collaborating with Stu, and then I wanted to ask you about other collaborations.
Okay.
Before, when I said, like, was that by mail or whatever with the sex funeral stuff?
Oh, yeah. It was Stu.
You
was
were
by
doing
mail.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You were largely by mail, and then you do the same thing with, like, Talum, right?
No, Tom and I haven't worked on anything.
Oh, you haven't?
Other than just improvising live together.
Okay. Which I have also been a part of, and that's so fun.
Okay.
Same with Kurt Oren, like.
Yeah. Well, Kurt played on the last record, so.
On your last record?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually recorded in the room we're talking in right now.
Mm-hmm. And that is...
Oh, what the record's called?
Plug the name, yeah.
Oh, let me plug my record. It's a new BBJR record.
BBJR.
No, it's called I Did What I Could With What I Had, which you probably remember that existing as a title for a long time.
I do, yep. And it is a phenomenal record. I have listened to it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. What do you mean, really? You're my friend. Why would I not listen to it?
I just wanted to fuck with you. Get over it. No.
You get over it. People like you.
That sucks.
But anyway, and then the last one, how to fuck all your coworkers in one sitting or something like that.
Yeah, people always ask me about that title, and I wish I had a story for it, and I don't.
Yeah,
I just get weird fucking phrases in my head.
I like it. Well, that's how every Split
head.
Bricks song title came to be, right?
Yeah, I guess that was just all stupid drunk shit I said.
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah.
Most of it, like I could see. Like I was like, oh yeah, I could see Bob saying that.
Yeah.
Or something. But
and that way Werner was very much like best brother. Two sober guys who would write down everything I said and did. Kind of creepy when you put it that way, isn't it?
No, that aggravates me about Werner now.
Do you want me to hold you for the rest of this interview?
That's the only thing that bothers me.
Okay.
But whatever. I've talked to him about that already. So
cool. Well, enough about you two. Let's talk about me.
You fucking asked, motherfucker.
Well, that was my problem. I'm sorry I made that mistake.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So more about my new record that's
you,
available on Capture Records, tapes, cassettes, CDs, audio, and disc.
Does Capture have cassettes?
Oh, actually, How to Fuck came out as a tape first.
Yeah, that's true. I
forgot about
I have
that.
some tapes. I should bring those to
Do you have a couple of them? Because that is an out-of-print item, my friend.
The cassette is?
Oh, fuck yeah.
I know I have one that I kept for myself.
The record's finally gone, too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it only takes me 2 or 3 years to get rid of 250 records. You knew.
Yeah.
Whoops.
If I have some cassettes, I might bring them out to the store for Saturday because it's National Cassette Store Day.
Okay, let's plug National Cassette Store Day.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. Talk to me about how stupid the idea of National Cassette Store Day is.
Well, it is rather stupid.
Yes.
But, whatever. We have cassettes.
As someone who listens to cassettes every day, I think it's, let's just say it.
It's dumb.
Retarded.
It was founded by a company in, I want to say someplace in Colorado. Fullerton, maybe?
Yeah, that might be a town.
I don't know.
Ask Rick. Is Fullerton a town, Rick?
I know it's a town. I know it's a town. I think that it was in Fullerton, Colorado. A record store called Burger Records started this thing.
Oh, Burger?
Yeah. Oh, you know?
Oh, they can fuck off so hard.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I don't know the
trendy
store.
Bullshit.
Well, they started.
Well, that's what Record Store Day is too. So good enough.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
I hate Record Store Day.
Oh, come on. You want that Macho Man picture disc as much as the next guy.
I love Record Store Day for one reason.
Bruh.
For one reason, and that's that the store makes money. I hate it for every other reason.
Well, as long as you're a capitalist pig, I'm okay.
Yeah. Well.
Chalk one up for the man, John.
let me
What's
digress.
The man think
let me
about
digress
this?
on that a little bit.
Anyway.
We are having a little bit of a cassette store day.
Yeah, actually, I'm curious. What are you doing?
We're not doing anything. We have some of the exclusive releases, like Record Store Day. There's a couple, like a Green Day thing, and the Flipper generic came out on cassette. It was reissued on cassette.
I hate myself because I'll probably buy it.
Yeah, exactly.
God damn it. Well, I got a tape deck.
Beyond that, we're just going to put the cassettes that we have in the store on sale.
Right.
If you buy cassettes,
you don't want to sell things from the vast personal archives collection.
No, that's what I'm saying. I totally would. What I was getting at was if I have some of your personal archive stuff left over, I might bring them to the store.
Yeah, you better.
I don't know.
Who cares? No one cares about what it. That's what I love about living in Dubuque.
People care to a point.
No one knows or cares about what I do. It's great.
Well,
I mean, I
don't think that's entirely accurate.
You guys do because we're friends and we hang out,
right?
But I mean, random motherfuckers, no clue, and that's how.
You mean
a
random motherfucker coming into CDs for Change saying, "Bob Bucko Jr., what's this all about?" And I go, "Oh, that's a guy from Dubuque. He put out a record. It's really good. Let me get this nickel back."
Right.
Is that what you're saying? Okay.
I guess. I mean, even more so than that. Anyone who quote unquote thinks they're involved in the arts in this town probably doesn't have a clue what I'm up to. And that's preferable, trust me.
Okay.
That's part of living here that makes it so good. Rent is cheap, everything is cheap, people are ignorant, I can leave whenever I want. That's great. That's freedom. Cuz every time I'm traveling, people try to do the whole, well, why don't you move here? Why don't you move here? Why don't you do this? Why don't you leave this podunk town? And I love Dubuque, man. So it's not even I have a problem with it.
It's not really that podunk. I mean,
well, it is.
That's not fair.
It is, but I dig the fuck out of it at the same time. It's just the things I love about Dubuque may be a little different than the things the Chamber of Commerce wants to convince people are good about Dubuque.
Sure. I could see that.
Like, you know what I love about Dubuque is going up to the fucking park and looking at the bluffs.
Yeah.
You know, taking my client today down at the Riverwalk and just staring at that shit and getting dizzy looking at the waves because I'm fat and old. And I'm like, getting vertigo. Like,
yeah,
that's
it's
awesome,
gorgeous. It's a beautiful town.
I love
for
it.
Sure.
Yeah. And that's what's difficult and entertaining to try to explain to people across the country because they think Iowa and they automatically assume it's what a lot of Iowa is: flat cornfields, blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, where I'm at, it's not that.
Yeah,
it's a very different thing, you know. And but it's never anything I feel the need to validate to people while I'm gone either. But while I'm here, it's nice to totally be like anonymous, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just even within the arts, like Dubuque doesn't have scenes. Like just today, I'm like on Facebook and there's some thing in Des Moines, some festival I'm playing, and some guys talking shit and other guys are yelling back and other guys are yelling at other guys. And I just write, gee, seems like everyone has a lot of poop in their pants. Maybe they should meet at the bike racks at 3 p.m., you know? Like, we don't have that here because there's not enough to even sustain that kind of pettiness. There ain't shit like that, you know? And it's really nice to have that environment of absence in a way. You know,
I guess that's true.
Like, I don't have to deal with straight edge kids knocking drinks out of my hand. You know, I don't have to fucking deal with, like, you know, this is okay. Here's the metal kids. Here's the punk kids. Oh, here's a crossover band and everyone's going to fight about it.
Right.
You know, like all these really like petty bullshit things I see all the time in other places.
Yeah.
You know, we're nowhere. We're Iowa. It's kind of beautiful. I dig it. Flyover country, man.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that. But we also have, like, you know, all those aspects of a scene, but not enough to, like you said, sustain each other, I guess.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Like the straight edge kids in this town.
Well, they're
not gonna drink out of our hands. They're gonna fucking answer for it.
Oh yeah. Tough Johnny. They're gonna answer to you, bro.
That's not what I'm saying.
No. I get where you're like to put it in like a non-prick way. If I can try to do that, which I may not succeed at. Yeah, because like everyone has to come together as well.
Right.
You know, because that's the thing. It's like, you know, you have, you know, like Dubuque has a death metal band.
Pretty much.
Dubuque has a doom metal band. You know, Dubuque has Dredge, whatever the fuck they are.
Yeah.
You know, like
they have
like
Pat and Alex, and that's the noise scene.
Right. Like it's very, because there's 1, 2, maybe 3 representatives of any given thing.
Exactly.
We all get to fucking hang out together and support each other.
Yeah, and
so
that's
nice. The good spin to put on it.
So if that's what podunk is, then yeah, fine. We're fucking podunk.
Oh yeah, for sure we are. But like that's a good thing as well as a bad thing, for sure. And I tend to take the positive out of it. Yeah. You know, which is yeah, there's no, I don't know, man. There's just not a lot of politics. Totally. Most of the people I know in most places, they're always doing like these scene politics and shit. And I'm like, fuck, I thought it was music. I didn't think it was like sports. Like, I didn't think people are jockeying for position all the time, man. Yeah. You know, and like you see that shit a lot. Yeah. And I've never really had to worry about that even existing, you know. And that's nice. That's nice because then you can actually concentrate on doing what you like to do. That's true. Which is make music. Yeah. You know, as opposed to where you fit in on things.
I can't even imagine it being different here. Like, if there was some kind of scene politics, it would completely negate anything that anybody ever tries to do.
Right. Well, what would it be? You know, we're an ugly, unfashionable town anyway. Come on.
Yeah, I guess.
You know. Even though the skinny jean white belt motherfuckers tried for a couple of years.
Yeah, they're still out there. All right. Well, I guess I could see that. What do you have besides what you've already talked about? You have a tour coming up in January with VC.
Yep.
And in February with Sex Funeral.
March.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
All right. What other shows you have coming up? I mean, we technically already passed
Oh, yes.
the last Arc Numbers show.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, we haven't really talked about Arc Numbers at all.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
Bob and Christina, the last guest on the podcast.
Yes. Guest number 10.
Mm-hmm. Yay, estrogen.
Wow. Yeah. Is that a hashtag before that when you said it? Did you vision in your head?
Perhaps we should start a hashtag.
Wow. No, that's okay. We'll skip that.
I'm kidding.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell. No, that whole thing started actually. That's a record that Jeunesse Cosmique put out, who's this collective in Montreal, like psychedelic electronics.
Okay.
Some real cool people who I haven't met because I was going to play Montreal on tour a couple years ago or last year or whatever, until I realized, after 2001, you have to have a passport to be in Canada.
Yep.
That's how much attention I pay to current events, my friend. So I didn't get to meet those cats, but they put the CD out. And what it was I was on tour with ARU, guy from Dubuque, Randy.
Yeah, Randy.
In 2013 in December on the East Coast. We got caught in a blizzard or two, and I started recording on my laptop. So everything that makes the initial songs from Arc Numbers was all recorded in like motel rooms and blizzards.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then I spent the next year sending it to people in U.S. and Canada to sing over and shit. So the actual album, Christina's only on one song.
I got you.
But because she's the only person... Oh, yeah, because your brother Ben's on it, too.
Oh, is he really?
Oh, yeah. Esme's on it.
I knew that. Yeah. Actually, I heard that track.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know why. Oh, it was because Drew Gibson from Baby Birds Don't Drink Milk and Katrina Stoneheart got a hold of me about doing a show in Dubuque.
How about that name, Baby Birds Don't Drink
How
Milk?
about that name?
Jesus.
Rick Eagle, how about that name? People love names. They like to name things. That was like a Devo song lyric. Go with it. Okay.
Yeah, I like Devo.
Oh, really? You want to talk about it for a while? We got time.
Well, we're in the middle of your story.
Oh,
we can talk about
wait.
Devo after this.
Enough about Devo.
Let's stay on
More
task,
about
buddy.
me. Oh, come on. Yeah. So they were looking to do a show, and I just asked Christina if she wanted to do a duo set of these songs, and we did it because Christina works really well and fast with limited notes. She's fucking good, man.
Mm-hmm.
Knows her shit, and took the existing songs I sent her that other people sang, rewrote the melodies and lyrics to her suit, and fucking banged it out. We've been doing that for almost a year now. It's just me and her.
Cool.
And upcoming shows, right before this podcast started, got a message from Ragged Records in Davenport. So we'll be playing down there for their Black Friday sale.
Oh, sweet.
On November 27th. We just and/or are about to, we're getting to Philip K. Dick, time anomalies here, playing down here in the basement on the 16th or 17th or something of October. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Whatever. By the time you hear this, that'll have already happened. Yep. And you can pretend you were here and enjoy the shit out of yourself.
It's 2 days from now, but yeah, it's already passed. And it was great, wasn't it, buddy?
Oh, I had the best time.
Yeah. God, I can't believe how many people were down there. Who brought that monkey?
Well, to me, the highlight is when people were throwing the beach ball around.
Oh, yeah.
And then someone put the liquid acid on my tongue, and I started speaking monkey tongues with the monkey.
Yeah. It's a great time.
It was a cool monkey. What happened to that monkey, John? What did you do with the monkey, John?
He's fine, okay? That's all you need to know.
Mr. Roper, where's the monkey? Oh, that had
leave Roper out of
that
this.
had to be a plot arc at one point in Three's Company, like Jack and the two hoes and a monkey. Come on,
why do you got to call them hoes?
Because I forgot their real names because they're women.
Chrissy and Janet.
Wow.
Now lay off
I
them.
came off as a misogynist in this one. God damn it.
They're women. Yeah, no shit. Bob's kidding, girls.
Yeah,
girls
because women
to
are
this.
listening to this. Yay, estrogen.
Yay, estrogen indeed.
But yeah, no, I mean, seriously, like that band's a fucking trip. It's a lot of fun to do that shit with her. We did Alma for so long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we have that history, and her and Sean play a lot, doing some of those songs as well as a lot of their own stuff and covers.
Yeah.
Like they're good for the money gigs, man. Sean reins it in. Christina knows how to sell it. They can do the money gigs. I'm the poverty motherfucker. I'm the fat asshole. We do the rock gigs, you know. It's just what it is, you know. It's a thing.
Yeah.
Sean has a band with his girlfriend Lisa Acosta.
Mm-hmm. The Deep Light.
Yeah, they will play / have played / totally fucking slayed.
Yeah.
The Basement on October 16th.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just cool. Like everyone I played with is doing shit.
Yeah, Sean's another one. Like
Sean,
so fucking talented.
I can't say enough about Sean, man.
Fuck
he
yeah.
is. I don't know. It sucks. It sucks because all my friends are really talented, and to tell them they're talented is to open a can of worms of shame and self-neglect. So, you know, but yeah, everyone's great, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's you know, because I went on my little boozy downturn about Dubuque and all, but
but I mean, you didn't say anything that wasn't absolutely true. I mean,
I never say anything that isn't absolutely true.
Well, fine. I'm just saying. To stand here and be devil's advocate after what you just said, which was nothing, you know, you didn't say anything bad. It's just that's the way it is. No. That's
there's
the
a
way
lot. There's a lot of ways to look at the same thing, man.
Yeah,
you know, they're all fucking valid.
Definitely,
you know.
But
that's every day you wake up different, man. And some days I think about like the ghost town that is creativity around here, and some days I remember all these pricks sitting in the corner trying not to make eye contact that fucking make it worth it. So yeah, you know, it's all cool shit though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any which way.
So what about your shit? How can people find it online?
By typing my name online with the word music after it? Come on, genius. Get with it.
But come on. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know.
Where can they find it? I know you have the Personal Archives Bandcamp. You probably have a Bob Bucko Jr. Bandcamp, right?
Yeah, both. If you just type in those words, .bandcamp.com, you'll get most of my discography and everything on that label. Mm-hmm. If you want to go direct to the source and buy shit, Captcha Records.bandcamp.com. Recently had something out on Timble Tapes, which is a label run by Scott Schultz, who's been way in my corner for a long time now, out of Lincoln, Nebraska. Mm-hmm. And a lot of his stuff focuses on modular synth releases and whatnot, like really, really top drawer fucking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the two most recent things. I think I might be doing something in the future with Dismal Niche Records in Columbia, Missouri. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you know, Bob Bucko's not a common name. Look it up on the internet. You'll probably find something relating to me.
That's very true.
Or my dad and Loris football, in which case you've definitely gone down the wrong path.
Do you have like a hidden talent that none of us know about? Like a, you know, like you're a really good sports star. Well, you did play baseball, didn't you? Like back in the day?
Yeah, I was pretty fucking good for a while.
Yeah, I bet you were.
Yeah, then I discovered weed. Seriously, no. I was.
Is that the downfall for everybody? Why are we legalizing this shit? It's the devil, right?
No, seriously. Okay, so I was pitching. Like my dad sent me to Wahlert because of baseball.
Yep. Wahlert were the butt fuckers, by the way, when I was growing up.
Yeah, that's what I heard after I went to school there. Is that at one point there was
somebody
the tunnel running,
butt fucking in the tunnel.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what it was.
I heard.
Actually, you guys were the rich people, so everybody at senior, all the dirt balls were all jealous. So,
well,
they made up rumors.
I was neither rich nor fucking butts, so I'll just let you rest on that. What? So I'm at Wahlert, I'm pitching, whatever. I'm supposed to start a game that's out of town somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know, insert name of a shit town, Epworth, Dyersville, whatever. I don't know. And it was also
Farley, Iowa.
Remember that time?
Sorry, please go on.
Okay, so Farley. Okay. We're supposed to drive out to Farley and play a game, and I'm the starting pitcher. And it was the first chance I ever had to play a show at the Eagle Point Park Band Shell.
Oh, no shit. Was it a Funk Fest?
I don't even know what the fuck it was. All I know is I picked that over showing up to the team bus to fucking go play the
Rest
game.
is history, man.
Yeah, so, I made the right choice.
Yeah.
Because how many 400-pound dudes are still playing baseball at age 38?
I was just going to say, you're
I'm
in great
still in
shape
the band,
now.
motherfucker.
You should probably play baseball.
But I mean, in a semi-serious way, that is kind of the encapsulation of shit, man.
Yeah.
You figure out what you want to do and you do it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Or you don't and you hate your life.
Mm-hmm.
I hate a lot of shit, John, but I don't hate my fucking life.
I think that's well said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, fuck yeah, man. Thanks for coming down and doing this, even though you're on the fucking DAAC board anyway. So,
I had to be here no matter what.
You were going to be
might as
here
well
no matter
jab
what.
it around
Yeah.
a bit.
I'm glad to talk to you, though. I always love talking to you.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking love you, man.
Yeah.
I actually kind of always wanted to ask you this, because you're always sort of chasing a project,
right?
You want to play with everybody that you respect, and you're always working and always making cool shit, cool art, cool music, whatever. Do you think that there's a white whale project out there that you're always kind of chasing, and one day you'll find it?
Are you suggesting I should just call myself White Whale? What's going on here?
I'm saying you're fat. No, I'm serious. No, I'm serious. Do you think the itch will never be scratched? You're just gonna always play and do new shit, no matter what.
That's the idea, man. Fuck. I mean, if you're done, you're done. Just kill yourself.
I'm not saying that you're ever gonna be done, but
no. But I get what you're saying. You got to keep pushing, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's never over.
Mm-hmm.
And there's never no matter what I've done, and no matter how myself or other people would categorize it as big or small, that wasn't an end point ever.
Yeah.
There's no end point. It's just, keep doing interesting shit with cool people.
Yeah.
I kind of said that before. That's my takeaway from this is I've met more interesting people, sometimes interesting in a really, tragic way, sometimes interesting in a really uplifting way.
Yeah.
But just amazing fucking people.
Yeah.
And that kind of pushes me to keep screwing off as well.
Yeah, man. You're definitely in a fortunate position to where you can continue to meet awesome people, awesome, talented fucking people.
Well, it's inspiring, man, because everyone's up against adversity.
But you also you also kind of have a knack to to find that shit, to find that in other people. And okay, that's a person.
Bring things out
even though
of
I may not I've seen you go I've been to shows with you where maybe that's not what you're seeing is not necessarily your thing, but you see something in them to where you want to work with them or whatever.
Oh yeah,
I think that's awesome.
Well, I mean, that's Christina,
Yeah, there you go. That's a perfect example.
Someone who, and maybe she can challenge me on this, but I don't think she was being assertive enough and singing along with a bunch of bullshit. And I'm like, hey, you're fucking good. Let's do something.
Totally, yeah. And I asked her about that, and the things that I remember before Alma Sabrosa, or before ever working with you, the only thing that I ever remember her doing was occasional open mics.
Yeah.
With the fucking dirt tones and shit like that.
Right. And that's the thing, sometimes you see things in people they don't see in themselves.
Right.
And vice versa. I'm sure a lot of people think I'm a better person than I think I am. But when you're seeing that creatively in people, and you see that potential, it doesn't mean I need to work with them, but I do feel a responsibility to be let me validate you. I mean, that's what the label is. so much of the shit I did on Personal Archives
That's true. Yeah.
was people that didn't, like they had no agency.
Mm-hmm.
It was this whole thing of, like what you do is really good. And I know you do it in your basement and you live in a town of like 40 people.
Yeah.
Like, let me at least make like 50 copies and send them to my friends.
Yeah.
And then to them, that's like Herculean. But frankly, that's the same way I felt with that first Capture record. Like, I got to admit, like that was
tearjerker.
Yeah, that was a huge validation. Because like I said, less than 10 people had heard any of that shit ever. Mm-hmm. And the idea that could be theoretically mass consumed, like there's a validation there. Like if your existence is for that validation, you're fucked. And you should just go fuck off right now.
Yeah.
But sometimes you do need a little nudge.
Yeah.
Man. And then you get that nudge and you fucking run with it.
Yeah.
And hopefully I've done that for a few people that were in that kind of awkward position I was in at one point. And then other than that, the label is just like, there's a lot of cool shit going on. And, if I can get
on yours or on Capture?
Oh, like on Personal Archives.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Capture's released a bunch of cool fucking shit, though, man. Yeah. But yeah. Personal Archives, the whole point of that being, like, I've been lucky to meet a lot of people that are good at what they do, man.
Fuck yeah.
And any little thing I can do to be part of that and help push it along, Christina would call that karma.
Yes,
what would you call it, John?
I would call it having a fucking good ear.
I'd call it not being a prick, but whatever works.
You can't call it that because you are a prick.
Oh, shit.
All right, man. I love you.
Love you too, bud.
All right. Fuck off. Bob Bucko Jr. Man, I love talking to that guy. That was a blast. I'm probably starting to sound like a broken record at the end of these shows. That was a blast. I like talking to that guy, blah, blah, blah. But I'm genuinely blessed that I've been able to talk to so many people whose work I respect, who I like talking to in general, friends and acquaintances alike. Like I said, 10 episodes are now 11 episodes in, and the show still feels fresh to me. I don't know. I'm hoping that you as listeners feel the same way. But if you like the show, then, of course, hit subscribe on your iTunes link, or, just continue to keep watch on the Tumblr and, my Facebook shares, whatever. I share it up pretty much everywhere on Twitter and Tumblr and whatever. You'll find it, basically, is what I mean. But, hit subscribe and check out the Tumblr page, ruixzine.tumblr.com. Great guests coming up. Like I mentioned, Corey Ruffin, Miles Nielsen, no shortage of interesting stuff coming up. So thank you so much for continuing to tune in, and don't miss the upcoming events. The Music Series 9 with Dana T, Kurt Oren, and Bob Bucko Jr., Dark Slide Skateboard Show on November 28th with Telekinetic Yeti, Snuff Queen, The Micro Mantis, and Garbageman, and the art sale on the 11th and 12th of December, DAAC art sale. That's all for now, and we'll see you next time.